Hello and welcome to my channel, where I share with you some of the most valuable lessons and insights that I have learned in my life. Today, I want to talk about 10 Stoic truths that men discover too late. These are truths that can help you live a more fulfilling, meaningful, and happy life, but unfortunately, many men either ignore them or learn them the hard way. If you are a man who wants to improve yourself in your life, then this video is for you. Stoicism is not about being emotionless or indifferent, but about being rational and realistic. It is not about suppressing our feelings, but about understanding them and using them wisely. It is not about avoiding pain or pleasure, but about choosing what is good and virtuous over what is easy and comfortable. It is not about being passive or resigned, but about being active and responsible. Stoicism is a way of life that can help us become better men and better human beings. It can help us cope with stress, anxiety, anger, fear, grief, and other negative emotions. It can help us develop self-discipline, self-confidence, self-respect, and self-reliance. It can help us improve our relationships, our work, our health, and our happiness. But enough introduction. Let's get into the 10 Stoic truths that men discover too late. The first truth that many men discover too late is that happiness comes from within. Many men spend their lives chasing external things that they think will make them happy: money, fame, power, status, women, cars, clothes, etc. They think that if they have more of these things, they will be happier. But they are wrong. Happiness does not depend on external things, but on internal things. Happiness depends on how we think, how we feel, how we act, and how we live. Happiness depends on our mindset, our attitude, our perspective, and our choices. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle: some things are within our control, and some things are not. We can't manipulate the outside things that occur to us or around us. We cannot manipulate the weather, the economy, the society, the politics, the evaluations of others, or the actions of others. We can't manage what they do to us or say approximately us. We cannot control whether they prefer us or hate us. We can't manage whether they praise us or criticize us. We cannot manipulate whether they respect us or disrespect us. But we can manage the internal matters that manifest inside us. We can manipulate how we think about these external things. We can control how we sense approximately those outside things. We can manipulate how we react to those external matters. We can manipulate how we deal with those external things. We can choose to be happy or unhappy. The Stoics taught us that happiness isn't something that we discover outdoor of ourselves, but something that we create internal of ourselves. Happiness is not something that we get from others, however, something that we provide to ourselves. As Marcus Aurelius said, very little is needed for the entirety to be upset and ruined, but little or no is wanted for the whole lot to be converted into pleasure. So don't waste your time and power chasing external things on the way to by no means fulfill you or make you satisfied. Instead, recognition for your internal things so that it will continually be with you and make you glad. The second truth that many men discover too late is that you are the only person responsible for your life. Many men blame others or circumstances for their problems, failures, or unhappiness. They blame their parents, their teachers, their bosses, their friends, their enemies, their partners, their children, their government, their society, their culture, their religion, their fate, their luck, or their God. They blame anyone or anything but themselves. But blaming others or circumstances is a sign of weakness, cowardice, and ignorance. It is a sign of giving up your power and control over your life. It is a sign of being a victim and not a master of your life. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, no one can make you unhappy without your consent. The third truth that many men discover too late is that you don't need anyone's approval or validation. Many men seek the approval or validation of others to feel good about themselves. They seek the approval or validation of their parents, their teachers, their bosses, their friends, their enemies, their partners, their children, their peers, their idols, their followers, or their fans. They seek the approval or validation of anyone but themselves. The fourth truth that many men discover too late is that you don't have to please everyone or anyone. Many men try to please everyone or anyone to avoid conflict, criticism, rejection, or loneliness. They try to please their parents, their teachers. But trying to please everyone or anyone is a sign of desperation, manipulation, and hypocrisy. It is a sign of giving up your self-respect and self-love to others. It is a sign of being a slave and not a master of your life. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. You don't have to please everyone or anyone. You only have to please yourself. You only have to do what is right and good for yourself. You only have to do what makes you happy and fulfilled. You only have to do what aligns with your values and principles. As Seneca said, he who receives a benefit with gratitude repays the first installment on his debt. The sixth truth that many men discover too late is that you are not perfect and you don't have to be. Many men strive for perfection in everything they do or are. They strive for perfection in their appearance, their performance, their achievements. They strive for perfection in their appearance, their performance, their achievements, their relationships, their possessions, their status, their reputation, etc. They strive for perfection in anything or everything but themselves. As Seneca said, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. The Stoics taught us that we have the wisdom and the humility to be human. We have the wisdom and the humility to recognize our strengths and weaknesses, our virtues and vices, our successes and failures, our joys and sorrows. We have the wisdom and the humility to accept our flaws and limitations, our errors and mistakes, our regrets and apologies. We have the wisdom and the humility to improve our skills and abilities, our habits and behaviors, our goals and plans. As Marcus Aurelius said, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. The seventh truth that many men discover too late is that you are not immortal and you don't have forever. Many men procrastinate or postpone things or people that they think they can do or have later. They procrastinate or postpone their dreams, their passions, their hobbies, their interests, their projects, their adventures, their travels, their experiences, etc. They procrastinate or postpone anything or everything but themselves.